The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the Way FM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. Getting you caught up. It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
It turns out that there are 700 million people in the world that are using ChatGPT on a regular basis.
I know you do.
Every week. Yeah, people are using. Oh, yeah,
I use it too for things.
You do?
I'm ChatGPT right now. I'm not even a real person.
Nice.
No, there are definitely things like when you got me on it, like when I write a post for wayfm.com because I'm so bad at spelling and grammar, I'll put it into ChatGPT, it'll fix that, and then sometimes it's like, hey, would you like to have this written in a way that a human could read it and understand it? Because you're kind of dyslexic, and let me punch it up for you.
And it does really well, yeah. So it turns out that ChatGPT is getting an upgrade. It is now GPT-5.
Oh.
So they claim that this will be faster and smarter. It'll also be good at writing, math, coding, and giving health advice.
I don't know what all like ChatGPT can do. There are some things that I'm like, it's great for that. I hear people that book like their whole vacation and have it plan out itineraries for them. I haven't done any of that. I've only scratched the surface on it.
Well, one person said it's like having access to a, quote, legitimate PhD level expert in anything.
Yeah. I will say this, when I want to search something, I used to always Google it, but I don't now because Google, when you search something for information, it puts sponsored ads in the front, and then you've got to go down, and then it puts just a bunch of videos, and it's like, no, I just need this. So I'll ask ChatGPT what I would have asked Google for information.
Right.
So much better.
Oh, I know, because it actually gives you an answer. I use it for work for like when I have to prepare newses or any kind of things, and there's a long, huge article. I just copy and paste in the link to the website, and I say, sum this up, bullet point it. And it bullet points it out for me.
I have been praising Betty at how good she is.
And you can keep that up.
No, going through all this like giant sum of content and articles to bring me every day to like go, hey, what about this? What about this?
Well, I'm picking it. I'm doing all the work.
Yeah, but
it's like she has a personal assistant.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
Also, here's another thing. This new upgrade with ChatGPT, we're going to be able to customize it more, so there will be color schemes and then personalities that it can incorporate. You might find this interesting, Wally. There are nerd.
Nice. Yes. Why'd you say me?
No, well, that's more for Gavin.
Yeah, that's mine.
For me, mine would be listener.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I just want you to listen. Don't fix it, just listen. And then for you, there is a personality called cynic.
Oh, I love that. So then as you write things, you can go, hey, put a little cynical spin on it.
Or it could say, it could be cynical about what you write.
Yeah.
It could say, this is terrible.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I wonder if I wrote something, put it in there in ChatGPT or ChatGPT-5, whatever it's going to be, would be like, this is even too cynical for me. Like,
might.
Yeah. Hey, can we hire you? Betty is a really good friend, which means she's going to put her nose in your business every once in a while. Hey, it's the Wally Show on Uplifting Way FM, and she was talking to me about a situation with a friend of hers, and I'm like, I don't know how to help you. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine that she is in her early 30s, and she was telling me about her dating struggles. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I can help you out. Like if I see a single guy that, you know, is around her type.
That I'm not going to snatch up.
Yeah. Because let's be real, it's first come, first serve. Am I right? But with her situation, she was like, well, let me show you a couple of the guys that I have. The last couple of dates I've gone out with the guys. And I'm like, okay. So she shows them to me. And I mean, big red flags. Red flag
for you
here.
Instantly?
Yes, because one guy, I can already see he's got some major red flags. And then she starts telling me about a guy that she dated, and he got mad at her because he didn't appreciate what she appreciates. And he was already counting her off for something so ridiculous and crazy. And I thought to myself, I'm worried about this girl.
Sure.
I'm worried about her type because her type, big red flag. Like, there's a reason why she can't. This is me, the pot calling the kettle black here, but she can't keep a
relationship.
Date. Yeah. Because she's picking the wrong guy.
Sure, exactly.
But I don't know. How do you tell someone that?
And that's the thing. When you ask me that, I'm like, I don't know, other than just brutal honesty. But people say, just be honest with me. They don't want honesty. They don't.
Well, and maybe for a guy, if you notice like one of your guy friends is having, like he picks the wrong girls, maybe you could be honest with him. But when it comes to girls, it's a little bit different. You can't just be blunt with them and say, girl.
Yeah.
You have to say it a little bit nicer.
So is there a tactful way, or is there a way to tell somebody that they have bad taste in men, in essence? Like,
right.
Because really it's and please don't get mad at me, but it's a her problem. Yes, guys are problematic, you know, but she's picking them. That is a you problem.
Right.
That means you gravitate towards, no one's forcing you to pick these people.
Right.
It means you are gravitating towards a unhealthy type of guy, you know? And so how do you tell somebody that?
But even you saying that is so blunt.
Yeah.
And I need to somehow say it in a nice, kind, loving way.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm not good at nice, kind, loving. And so let's go with you here. 855-33-WAY-FM. Maybe you found yourself in this same exact place before, and you can definitely speak to this. Or maybe someone's told you. 855-33-WAY-FM. I'd love to get your perspective on this to help Betty out right now. 855-33-WAY-FM. What's a way that she could tell her that, Destiny?
You're going to have to tell her she's too good for him, and unfortunately, she's going to have to make that choice herself, but that's the nicest way you can put it.
I like that because it's not putting the blame on her, and it's not saying something's wrong with her. It's saying something's wrong with the men she is picking and saying you're too good for them.
So you're lying to her, but...
No, but she's my friend, and she is too good for them.
Okay, all right. You know what? You're too good for this show. Actually, Rock. You
Wait
really
a minute. Wait a minute.
All right, Makita, you're up. What do you say to help Betty Rock out here with this friend that has bad taste in men, and Betty needs to tell her something?
I would say ask the expert and put it in ChatGPT. It'll tell you what to say.
Betty loves ChatGPT.
I do.
Okay, why don't we try it right now? Let's try it in real time.
Okay, so I'm typing it in, and here's what it says. It says, well, it has 4 points. It says, 1, start with empathy, not accusation.
Okay, this would be, I know it's tough out there, girl.
Right.
I'm trying to date too.
Right. Number 2, ask questions instead of making declarations.
Okay.
Kind of like, what do you like most about him?
Okay. Why do you keep choosing the wrong guy, dummy?
No, not that. Number 3, point out patterns gently. Keep it focused on behavior traits instead of labeling her bad taste.
I can do this with a question. Who hurt you so much that you keep making bad choices?
No. And then finally, offer hope, not just critique. Like, you deserve someone who actually follows through and makes you feel safe.
Okay. Or there's plenty of cats to adopt.
Now, April, how do I share with my friend that she has really bad taste in guys?
I actually did this with my kids when they were little about certain things. What I would think is you say, hey, girl, let's sit down here. Tell me what you see as a common denominator for all these guys. Let her tell you what she sees wrong, and then you can pile in on it.
Because I'm like that too. Like if somebody asks me questions about something like at work, and then it gets my brain going, and then I can get to the answer they wanted me to get to. My last boss, Jeff, who used to be here, I've told him to his face, you're a master manipulator. He knew how to manipulate me like no one else. He would ask me the question, and I'd end up doing what he wanted me to do, but then I felt like, hey, I did it on my own.
It's not so much manipulation as it sounds like that's what therapy is. They don't really give you the answer.
Right.
They ask you questions so you can get to it yourself.
Right, and therapist sounds much better than manipulator. So, okay, I got
There you go.
All right, Frankie, you're up. How can Betty Rock tell her friend that she doesn't have the best taste in guys?
Well, my idea is basically not to tell her that.
Okay.
But maybe sit down and help her make a list of what she likes in a guy. And she can help her kind of guide her in that. So kind of make a list of standards.
Yeah, like maybe if you write it down and you see Camaro is number 2 on the list, you're like, okay, that's a red flag.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd cross that out.
I think the big thing would be like be a good example for your children. because you don't want someone that's going to set this idea of what it looks like to be a husband, be a father, be a man, and he's already at a young age making bad decisions.
I will tell you this. I know we've been kidding around about this a lot today, but Betty Rock basically has a mental list of what she's looking for. And does that guy exist? We're not sure, because it's a pretty high bar.
Honestly, it doesn't exist.
But you shouldn't bend on that. Like that, I think there's too many people that have bent and had broken relationships and sometimes broken marriages because they settled. They bent.
Right.
And I respect you for not bending and not settling and like overlooking red flags.
Well, and I think too, a big key component is to find yourself worthy enough for a good relationship.
There you go.
If you don't find worth in yourself, you are going to settle.
And that's why I have been the man in Betty's life for 18 years.
God, why? How long, God? How long?
Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. Man, I am so encouraged right now. We are not in support drive yet. That's coming up next week. But we had this lady named Cheryl who said, hey, I want to start support drive off on the good foot. I'm going to do a $20,000 challenge. This is my gift to Way FM, $20,000. But I want to challenge other people to join me and do $20 a month or a single gift of $250. And if we get enough people doing that in a very short amount of time, we will start support drive off with $40,000 right out of the gate. And that is ginormous. And the reason I'm so excited is because we just started this week, and all of a sudden we are now down to needing only 10 people. How great is that, man? You guys are showing up. That makes me hopeful too that support drive's gonna knock it out of the park if you're already getting in and making a difference now.
Right. Maybe you like to be that person that swings in at the last minute and helps out. We could use you right now. You could be one of those. Oh, now 9 people needed.
Woo, what? Let's go. It's almost like we're in support drive. Okay, only 9 more to go, and we got 2 songs to do it.
So you could take up one of those 9 spots right now just by doing $20 a month or a $250 single gift. That's all it takes from you. When you text the word GIVE to 91979, that's GIVE to 91979, we will send you a link. Just click on that link and you can do that monthly or single gift right now.
That's crazy. Like literally in 2 songs, we could finish this out. We could get 9 people doing that $20 a month, single gift of $250. Or I don't know if you mentioned this or not because I checked out for a hot second. My coffee is just running through my veins already.
Just a typical day.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I was thinking like if somebody like doubled down and did a $500 gift, that would take up 2 of our remaining 9 spots. Did you mention that?
No, I did not.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm on point. And so, yeah, like if you did $40 a month, it would take up 2 of these remaining 9 spots left in this $40,000 potential challenge right now. Thanks to Cheryl, who started off, and thanks to you for finishing it off.
And I don't know about you, but I like when I get a head start.
Yes.
Because I'm not competitive, okay? So if I can get the upper hand on anything, I'm all about it.
Betty has spent her life with people giving her head starts.
and that's pretty much what this is. When we can start out support drive with $40,000, that's a huge head start.
Giant. And I love, too, that people, when you're going to wayfm.com or you're texting GIVE to 91979, you can still share your story because your stories are what drives support drive.
Yeah, Wayne, he got involved this morning. You
Nice.
spoke of doubling down. He did 50 a month.
See?
I love what he had to say, though. He said, I had to stop giving for a little while.
Okay.
Like, take care of your stuff. But
Happens.
when he came back, he said, thankful to be able to do this again. God truly works through Way
Love
FM.
that.
And he got involved in a big level, $50 a month.
Love that.
right.
Like, and I love that he's like thankful to do this. Not, oh gosh, you guys again. Seriously, do I have to keep doing this? No, he's like, I'm thankful to be a part of this. Had to step out, came back. Thankful to be here, and we're thankful for him. So if you want to help us knock this out, literally like in 2 songs, we could be done with this $20,000 challenge put up by Cheryl. So if you want to help out, that would be amazing. Just go to wayfm.com or you can text GIVE to 91979.
Hey, Wally, do you have a minute?
Sorry, busy.
I have cake.
Oh, what do you need?
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example of even though we are busy, we make time for what's important.
Yeah, because going back to school as an adult, you're busy with work, you've got family, but if you want to make your education a priority, trust me, you can do it. Betty did.
Like when I first started, I was super intimidated because it had been a while since I've been in school. But I mean, from the very first conversation, I felt like they were setting me up for success.
Yeah, and going back to school with CCU's flexible online courses makes it so convenient.
Yeah, and what's so cool is every class has a biblical worldview perspective. And so you think, well, how can they turn math into a biblical worldview? They find a way.
Yeah, and that was one of my jobs when I was teaching at CCU, was integrating not just the facts and figures of things, but how your faith plays into what you're going to do.
CCU offers Christ-centered higher education, transforming students to impact the world with grace and truth.
Cultivate your mind without compromising your heart. Get started today at online.ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a non-profit impact partner.
We're not saying he's the best man for the job,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
but he's a man doing his best at the job.
And I never have.
It's News-ish with Wally on The Wally Show.
So we've been playing the Brandon Lake song, Hard Fought Hallelujah, featuring Jelly Roll.
I'll bring my heart, been through hell.
A lot of soul in that. Love it. Jelly Roll is a country artist, not a Christian artist and stuff. But recently, Brandon Lake was at a concert and he stopped to talk about this collaboration with Jelly Roll and how he had seen Jelly Roll do his song, Hard Fought Hallelujah, in a country venue with Brooks and Dunn.
Woo!
And
I love them.
I know. And then this is what he had to say about it, though.
I watched this man accidentally lead the world in worship, singing this song, I believe. And so it gave me all the confidence to reach out to him. And so he said yes, and he's become like a brother to me. And it's been really cool, but you know what, I guess I saw a little bit of it coming, but what was crazy is I didn't expect to get so much hate from those who confess to be Christians, you know?
Oh, there it is.
And because, you know, the last time I checked, those who are carrying the light were supposed to go towards the darkness.
So at the concert, he's surrounded by a bunch of people that get it, and he's there face to face with them, not people hiding behind an email or a post or a comment, you know. He was surprised. And so for him, this is a little bit of a teachable moment and a good reminder. And like I get it. I got so much hate when I got here. I mean, people hated me. The worst hate mail I've ever gotten has been Christian radio. And I've done rock radio, like metal stuff, like all this stuff, pop, top 40, whatever. And the worst hate mail I got was here.
That's sad.
And it was always couched with, you should leave here, you don't belong here, God couldn't love you, you're sending people to hell. I mean, it was so brutal, man. And like, so I get like where he's coming from. Because like when I got here, like I tried to do this different. I tried to be normal, non-judgmental, relatable, not perfect, funny. And people wanted me fired. But I believe that God held me here for a reason. And I think that that's the same purpose that Brandon has with Jelly Roll here. Like some people have said that Jelly Roll is not a great representation of Christ. Duh! He's not necessarily like a Christian art. Like I'm not going to talk about his faith because I do believe that he probably is a believer. He's wrestling through his faith and who God is and how he factors that in with his career and his life and all the things that he's doing. Has he made mistakes? Absolutely.
But we all have.
Yes, that's the point. Like I love Mark Hall. Mark Hall told me one time, he said, you can't blame lost people for doing lost stuff. You know, and people say, well, he shouldn't be on a Christian song then. Honestly, him wrestling through what God is in his life and being honest about his shortcomings, his doubts, and his beliefs makes him far more qualified to be a representative of Christ than the Christians who are overly concerned about appearances and less concerned about the lost. Honestly, like I fully believe that. And there are days, if we're being super transparent, that I don't even deserve to have the name of Jesus in my mouth. If we're looking at shortcomings, if we're looking at failures, dude, I'm a horrible example of Christ on days. Not every day. Some days I get it right.
Well,
most days. But like because I go to church or work in Christian radio, does that somehow make me more qualified to represent Christ? Absolutely not. The way I see it, Jelly Roll is, and I'm not trying to be funny here, but Jelly Roll is the woman caught in adultery when she meets Jesus. Like, because everybody in that place just wanted to judge him. Or her, wanted to stone her, wanted to punish her for all the bad things she's done. You're not as good as us. You can't be in this club because of your sin. Jesus writes something in the sand, we still don't know what. And then that's that famous verse of him saying, let he among you who is without sin cast the first stone. We have to be mindful of that. If we want to reach the lost, we need to go to where the lost is. We don't have to condone what they do. Jesus didn't condone the lady's sin. He said, go and sin no more. He acknowledged the sin, but he's like, I don't condemn you. Like, you're okay. You have a place here with me. And I think that that's a great example for how people should be processing this whole, does Jelly Roll deserve to be on a Christian station or in Christian music? It's lunacy to me. Like, I love it because the word of God is getting to places where the uptight people who sit in their pews, I'm getting on a rant here, sorry, and haven't reached anybody for Christ in 10 years. It's getting to people who need it. Jesus talked about, I didn't come here to heal the well. We got a lot of well in church. You know, I came here for the sick, and we have to be mindful of that because the things we say and the judgments we throw actually have the ability to sidetrack somebody from encountering Christ when they need it most. So there you go. That's my rant. Oh, phones are lighting up. We'll probably take a couple calls on this somehow. And there you go. That's it for your news for today. We got to get Brandon on to talk about this. I think he'd love to talk about this with me. So what do you think?
Jelly Roll is perfect example of the 12 imperfect men that God took and changed the entire world.
I love that you brought up the disciples because these were fishermen. These were rough and tumble guys that had edges on them. And I do not believe for a second that when Jesus called them, they changed instantly. Look at them like competing to see who could be on Jesus's right hand. When Mary tells the disciples about Jesus's resurrection, they run to the tomb and John's like, I beat the other guy there. Like, I mean, they were competitive and they were far from perfect. And that is a great example of who we are in this story, and that everyone who isn't perfect can still have a relationship with Jesus and can still make an impact.
Who better to reach the lost than the lost? If we hear God's voice and the love of Jesus coming out of anyone, no one should put a damper on that. And I just think that song moves me so much. And the way that Jelly Roll's whole soul goes into it touches me.
I'll bring my heartfelt bid through hell. Hallelujah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, when I heard you mention, have Brandon on the show, my first thought was, why not have Jelly Roll on the show?
You know what my only hesitation about having him on would be? Because it would be a honest conversation with Brandon about Christians acting less like Christ than they should. And the last thing I would want to do is have Jelly Roll in here. It's kind of like if you're having a business meeting with someone, you don't want your customers to see it, kind of thing, about the ins and outs of what you're doing behind the scenes. And that would be my only hesitation about having Jelly Roll on. It's because I wouldn't want to do anything that impacted his faith adversely.
And that is most respectful. And my first thought is just that he might like the challenge to just show the love of Jesus, because it truly is in his heart and it shows in his being. And he could hopefully change their heart and just squelch the noise. Yeah, you're right. Maybe if people got a chance to hear from him directly and see his heart and feel what he says, it might help them maybe even understand where he's at and why he's not at this place where they think he should be right now, and it might give him a little bit of grace. I've long since held the opinion that if you don't like something and you're going to picket it or, boycott it or whatever, you should have to go and have dinner with that person and hear their story, get to know them before you just focus on the issue. And I think this is kind of an example of that. That's a good thought, Kim. I appreciate you. So what are your thoughts on this, Brad?
So what came to mind this morning is, Saul, he persecuted the Christians, the early church. He approved of the stoning of Stephen, which was the first martyr. And so Christ took Saul on the road to Damascus, right, and converted him and then brought the message to the Gentiles.
That's a great example. Yeah, like Jelly Roll is kind of that Saul to Paul thing where he's trying to figure out who God is in his life. And when he does become that fully, boy, that could be super powerful for a lot of people that have been hurt by the church or on the fence with God, to see somebody have a conversion like Paul did. Because, yeah, you're right, the early church didn't trust him, and his message was to go to the Gentiles. So there are a lot of people that don't trust the church because they've been hurt by it, but they might trust somebody that has a real, authentic encounter with Jesus, like Jelly Roll. I love that, man. That's a great perspective, Brad. Thank you. Uplifting Way FM. This is awesome. It's crazy. It's cool. And you might be the person that's listening right now for a reason, because you want to put this thing over the edge. With this lovely lady by the name of Cheryl. Got to talk to her on Monday.
Cheryl.
She's like, hey, I want to do a $20,000 challenge to kick off Support Drive. And I'm going to put up $20,000 and I'm going to challenge other people to do the same thing. And together we'll have $40,000 worth of impact before we even get into Support Drive. I'm like, well, why do you want to do this, girl? And she's like, I understand the gravity of what you guys do. I can't do all the things that you do. I can't mail hundreds of Bibles, thousands of Bibles to people. I don't have a prayer wall where people can get prayered 24/7. I understand that I can't play the right song for people at the right time, but you guys can, and I can support that. I can be a part of that to make a difference in this world and still get to enjoy it myself. So that's what she chose to do. So we started this like on Monday. We're like, hey, can we get this done? Can we get 100 people in doing that $20 a month, that single gift of $255 or $250 to equal her generosity? And Betty Rock, where are we at right now as it stands?
We have 4 spots available.
Look at that. Let's go, y'all. That's crazy.
So now we are down to a handful of people saying yes to their Way FM. So you're like, well, tell me what to do. I'll do it. You could take up one of these 4 spots right now when you text the word GIVE to 91979. That's GIVE, GIVE to 91979. When you do that, we're going to send you a link. You click on that link and you can give $20 a month or a single gift of $250. Whichever you decide to do, you will take up one of these now 4 spots.
That's
available.
amazing. Like we thought, okay, got till Friday to get this done. We could literally, in the next 2 songs, have this knocked out early. Like, how great is that, man? And again, we just thank you for your generosity and caring about what happens here. And hopefully you get something out of it. You laugh, with us when we're trying to be funny. You get something serious when we talk about some of the heavy stuff we've talked about today, the honest, real life God stuff, and hopefully that's worth investing in, because there's a lot of garbage that we spend money on bringing into our house that you don't have to filter out here. And that was kind of Felicia's story, man. She had an encounter with Way FM in a way that she didn't see coming.
I was driving in the car with my 3-year-old daughter. We were listening to the local hip-hop station or whatever, and she started singing the song. It was appalling that my 3-year-old would be singing like that. So I switched the station, trying to listen for something good, and it caught my attention. Loved the lyrics, loved the music. And I was like, wow, this is what I want my daughter to sing about.
Absolutely. She gets it. Like, this is what you want to pour into your kids, because we think, our kids aren't listening. They're not listening. Oh, they're listening. They are hearing everything. And you want the loudest voice in their life to be what you believe in and to be that of Jesus and to be telling them the things that they need to hear, musically and just content-wise and stuff. And so that's what we're asking you to be a part of right now, to push this $20,000 challenge over the goal line here. We're down to just 4 people now, not even in Support Drive yet, but you are showing up, and that gives me hope for what Support Drive is going to look like. So thank you. If you're listening now and you want to be one of our final 4, that would be amazing. Just text the word GIVE to 91979. We'll send you a link. Or if you're online, you can just go to wayfm.com and make your gift of $20 a month or your single gift of $250 right now.
Some shows have fancy newsrooms and a staff of writers. Not us.
So, this is where you do your thing.
It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
What you got, Gavin?
When it comes to weddings, people spend years thinking and dreaming every detail of their perfect and beautiful day. But I'm a fan of unique weddings, so I loved seeing that a couple got married in a chicken tender dip themed wedding in Las Vegas. And it was officiated by the Hellman's mascot, Manny Mayo. And this is something that this couple agreed to. Nick and Heather were the winners of a Hellman's wedding contest package.
Were they really the winners, honestly?
They were. They included a ceremony, a full reception with food.
Okay, I do like chicken tenders.
Professional photographer, those are expensive.
Yeah, but you got Manny the mayonnaise jar behind you in every shot.
You gotta take the pros and the cons.
And they got $5,000 to cover travel expenses.
To put towards a real wedding.
And I will say this, like, if it were just any couple, then maybe they wouldn't be the biggest winners. But this couple, they were really into it. They described themselves as condiment sommeliers.
Oh gosh!
Even the original proposal, the ring was in like a sauce mannequin.
Okay.
So like this couple, like loves all of this stuff, really into it. I don't know if they'd call it a dream wedding per se, but in my mind, having gone through a dream wedding is one I don't necessarily pay for.
Sure. I get on the surface, like, if it's something you're into and you're passionate about, then absolutely your wedding should reflect you.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter wanted a castle. But no, like, I get it. I just think that years down the road, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll look back on it and go, man, that was so much fun. I love that we had the Hellman's mascot at our wedding.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling when you look back at your photos, you'll look back at them and be like, oh, okay.
But do you think that, because I'll say this, when I look at my wife and I's wedding photos, it doesn't like change my day. It doesn't change my life looking at those photos every single day. Me going,
was there a
oh
giant mayonnaise jar in the back?
No.
Okay.
But you don't have to hang the Mayo pictures in your house.
Like,
but maybe you do.
My daughter is just now getting her photos back from her photographer from her wedding, and they're amazing. Like, they are absolutely stunning. Like, this guy was so good, he and his wife. And so she's been sending them to me since I paid for them. But I'm like going back to that day for them. And I'm like, and I told her, I said, I am so glad you got this. This is so beautiful.
So glad I paid for this.
I know. I didn't pay much though. Like that photographer over there was like literally a quarter of what you pay here.
awesome.
But these people didn't pay a cent.
That's true.
For their photographer and the mayonnaise that was in every
But
picture.
again, that's what I got to go back to. There's a giant mayonnaise jar in the back.
If you got to have a mascot in the back
That's
to get it
right.
for free, I'm all in.
I don't know. Yeah, Betty's like, I just like to be there and be the center of attention.
Honestly.
I'd marry the mayonnaise jar.
Okay.
Why are we wasting our time with these old people anyway?
Did you just call me old?
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. Betty Rock is a famous ages savant. Somehow,
Thank you.
she knows the ages of these people, ends up with just a couple points, wins. I never win this game. I always try hard, but I never win.
I think it's been a while since you've had a win in this game, per se. But you're really bad about thinking someone is dead and then finding out, oh, wait, they're alive.
Still alive. Crazy. So the way it works is we will each pick a celebrity, and then we will try to guess what the age of that celebrity is. You want to be paying attention because when the real age is revealed, you'll write that down. Then you'll listen for a couple breaks here, and you will add all the actual ages together. If you can do that and you're the first one in, you will win. So, Betty, since you're so good at this game, let's start with who you're putting up first.
Okay. You're going to laugh.
No, don't do this.
No, it's okay.
You always do pick random, weird, absurd people.
Well, I can't pick the just normal people because then you're going to easily get it. Okay. I'm going to go with Billy Gibbons.
Oh, is that the guy from ZZ Top?
See, you're
okay.
fine.
I'm good with that.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Don't
Nicely
say
done.
too much, though, because
Nicely done.
Gavin doesn't know.
Tell me more.
Billy Gibbons is a guy who, he's massive beards. ZZ Top was known for their beards.
Every girl's crazy about a
Shop dress man.
man.
I just saw a video of him on TikTok the other day with like a 28-string guitar, and the neck's like a foot and a half wide. It's crazy. Okay, but now do I know how old they are? Absolutely not. Okay,
I've got my guess
let me get my guess down so that no one thinks I cheated.
I'm
in
the dark here.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
I'm throwing. I always lean towards old when it's you. So I'm gonna go with 67. Again, I could be very, very wrong.
I have the dyslexic version of that. I had 76.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay if I'm close-ish.
Yeah, I think
Let's
he's
get in the middle.
probably young 70s, because he seemed old when they were a thing. Like he seemed older because I loved ZZ Top as a young person, but he seemed already like 20 years older than me.
Well, one of you is just 1 year off.
Oh, I hope it's me.
I think it's gonna be you.
I hope it's me.
Billy Gibbons.
Yes.
Yeah, it's you.
Is a whopping 75
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, that means I only have 1 point right now. I'm already off to the best that I've ever done. Now, I will fold. And I will lose this game somehow. Like when Gavin gives me his person, it'll be somebody that everybody knows, and I'll be like, oh, they're 104, and they're like, it's Taylor Swift. Like, how did you miss that? You know? So, okay, so write down 75 for Billy Gibbons, okay? And then we're going to do Gavin's and mine next. And so if you can add those together, you can win a prize here in 10 minutes. So not right now. Don't call right now. Do not do that. I almost gave the phone number. Do not do that. I've got 10 minutes to go, and we'll play round 2, and you can win a prize. So what is your person, Gavin?
Whenever I do feel like trying my best to win, I go down the sports realm just because it's a little bit
we don't
of an
know
advantage.
sports.
We got to tell him to stop that.
No, go all of your obscure people.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going with the great one.
Oh, Wayne Gretzky?
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, nice.
He's
Hockey
the
player
greatest hockey player
extraordinaire.
of all time.
Okay,
Like advantage Wally here, but
I know who he is, but he's that guy like Tony Hawk that still looks young. Like Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, you're helping me.
That's fine.
He looks young because he is. He's like 40.
Yeah, he retired, like a year? No.
Okay, I have my guess.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my guess. All right, I got my guess too. Betty Rock.
64.
Okay, we're in the same ballpark. Oh, his face just went like that. Means she got it on the money.
I literally have no idea.
I'm going to go with 63. No. I can't do that. I have to.
What did you write down?
I wrote down 60.
Okay.
So I have to go with what I actually wrote down. But I saw Gavin's face, which I think you got it right on the money.
Yeah.
Did she really?
She did. That's not fair.
You said I was really good at this game, and I am.
You are. It
I
was
don't
an accident.
Yeah, I don't even know this guy.
Okay, so here's where we're at right now, just if you're keeping score at home. So Betty
Come on,
Rock
Wally.
did hers because when you put your person up, then you get no points, which you're trying to get low points. Then she gets his right on the number. I told you she's good at this. She's a savant. She has no points. I've made a good guess, and I still have 5 points and
But
2
you're
good
done.
guesses. Now I'm done. Gavin has 8.
I'm out.
But I need Betty Rock to miss this one by 6 years.
Come on.
Or more.
Let's go, boys.
For the win. All right, so here we go. Actor
Okay, come on.
Craig T. Nelson. He was Coach on the series of Coach, okay? He is also the voice of Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible. So that should give you some reference as well. So how old is Craig T. Nelson? Reminder, Betty Rock needs to miss this by 6 or more for Wally to win.
Once again, I have no idea.
Bob Parr.
I like
Mr.
this
Incredible.
actor. I
Yeah.
like him.
All right, let's start with Betty first since she has no idea.
72.
72.
Ooh.
Okay, 72. What'd you say, Gavin?
I'm going to just go with 76, even though I'm out.
Okay.
But we'll see. Come on.
One of you is right on the money.
That's a bummer for you.
And Betty has had quite the game so far. But it ends there. But I cannot win. Gavin, he is 76 years old.
Nice.
But that means Betty only gets 4 points. She beats me by 1.
I still
She
win.
wins again.
Wow.
I still
Dadgummit,
win.
I am
do you
so
do?
tired
I
of
don't
you
know.
winning this game.
We need to
It's a
stop
spiritual
playing.
gift, honestly.
Unbelievable.
I could be that person at like the carnival that's
Yeah.
like, I can guess your age.
Yeah, you really could. Like, I mean, the only thing that I take solace in is this is all she's good at. And so, all right, nicely done, Rock. You have bested me. So now if you can add Craig T. Nelson's actual age, Wayne Gretzky's actual age, and the one that Betty put up in segment 1, you can put all of those together right now. You can win a prize. So 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. There are days I don't like you, Rock. Sherry, welcome to Famous Ages, where Betty Rock yet again has won. I really thought I was going to win today, and she stole the victory from me yet again. So with that being said, you need to tell us the actual ages that were revealed for Craig T. Nelson, which was mine, Wayne Gretzky, the hockey player, which was Gavin's, and Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, which was Betty Rock's.
Every girl crazy about a shark ass man.
So what's your answer?
75, 64, and 76 for a total of 215.
Wow, you were very detailed in that, too. You got it absolutely right. Nicely done. Did anybody on that list surprise you with how old or young they were?
No.
No, okay. Billy Gibbons, because there's a lot of aging rock stars that are going out right now, like from my era, and so I know they're all in their 60s to late 70s, and so I had a pretty good guess on him, but I wasn't on the money. But yeah, I'm surprised these guys at 75 are still out playing gigs. It sometimes when you watch it, quite honestly, it is a little sad. I die a little for them when I see some of these videos.
They just don't know when to retire.
No, yeah, just keep cashing the royalty checks.
Like
and
someone here, they don't know when to retire.
Exactly, yes.
time machine that you invented. Great Scott! Now I need your help to get back in time.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Wally Show. It's Flashback Friday, and we have Colina on with us. She's our pilot today, and I'm thinking there was something that her name reminded me of that we needed to get, and I couldn't come up with it. I'm like, Colina, Gasolina. Colina, we got to get some Gasolina. That song.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so we need to get that song, and then we also need to get gasoline for the time machine.
I'm sorry, Colina. It's like you're going to be on a bad road trip with your grandpa.
Dad jokes galore.
No, you're fine.
How old are you, Colina?
I just turned 17.
Oh, wow. Do you have a time machine permit? Or is it still a learner's permit?
Not quite yet, but soon, hopefully.
You know what? That's fine. You go nuts. You just take the wheel and we'll see where this goes. Speaking of where we're going, what song do you want to go back in time to hear?
I would like to listen to the older version of the For King Country song, God Only Knows.
Oh, back before they put Timberland on it, and then the girl from Echo Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so the original, I like that. What year would we have to go back to for that, Rock?
We're not going too far back. We're going back to 2018. Okay. And 2018 was the year that IHOP temporarily changed their name to IHOB. We're not going to be the pancake chain, but the burger chain instead. And we lost our minds.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Stay in your lane, honestly. So why do you want to hear this song, Colina? What does it mean to you?
So back in 2024, my sophomore year, my dad got diagnosed with diabetes, and the doctor said his sugar was so high and his blood pressure was so high, like outrageously high, off the charts, that they were like, we don't know how you're alive, honestly. Like, you should be dead right now. You are literally a miracle right now. And as a sophomore back then, it was really hard for me to hear that my best friend was supposed to be dead. And listening to that song really helped me understand that even though I don't know what is going on and why it's happening, God knows. And He has the purpose and the reason for everything.
Well, all I know is I'm taking this and I'm playing it for my daughter, especially that part where you're like, and how am I supposed to go on without my best friend, my dad? I need to get my kid right. Like I need that kind of love from my kid. So maybe I should go back in time and be nicer to her. Let's do it up. This is a great one. We're going back to 2018. God Only Knows for Colina here on Flashback Friday on The Wally Show on Way FM.
Thank you.
Wide awake while the world is sound asleep, and too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. And every day you try to pick up all the pieces.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Rock Report with Betty Rock.
Wally, if you were to sit on a chair, let's say the chair that you're sitting on right now,
okay,
how much do you think someone would pay for that chair that you're sitting in right now because you sat in it?
Oh, I mean, tens of dollars. If that. I don't think anyone, honestly, no one would.
So you're telling me you're not on Justin Bieber level?
I am not, apparently.
Well, Justin Bieber, he was seen at a restaurant, the Roadhouse Diner in Great Falls, Montana. He ordered the PB&J burger. It's a local beef burger with cheddar and bacon on a peanut butter and grape jellied bun.
Nice.
Okay, now it sounds gross to me personally, but I've had a hamburger on a Krispy Kreme donut. It's amazing. So this might be good.
I don't know. Anyways, because he was seen there at the Roadhouse Diner, they took a picture with him and all that. People came they were a flood of people.
The truckload.
No way.
And someone offered the Roadhouse Diner $300 for the seat that Justin Bieber sat
I
in.
wonder how they came up with that number too. Like, what did
I
they
don't know.
like? They're sitting there thinking, okay, it's Justin Bieber. It's $150 a cheek. That's $300. You know, like I think that sounds fair, right?
Sure. I don't know. So, anyways, all that to say, the cook, the owner, manager of the place, he took the $300 and
Yeah, he
ran with
did.
it. He actually split it between the cooks and the server.
Nice, good for him.
Yeah,
Because
so
it's a chair he
$300.
bought, so he would be entitled to the
And
money.
Justin is just one of many bottoms
Yeah.
that sat on this chair, and there's no telling how old it is. And
Yeah.
what do you do with that?
But so that person is going to eBay it probably, and
Maybe.
they're going to try to post it and sell it as the chair that Justin Bieber sat on.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I get it though. Like when I did radio, mainstream radio, we had Jewel. Do you remember the artist Jewel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
These hands are small.
That's
I
it.
know.
Yeah. So we had Jewel come and play a concert at my partner's house in his living room. We had people just show up to his living room for an impromptu thing. And then we ended up cutting up his couch and selling strips of the couch that Jewel sat on.
Did
yeah.
it sell?
Oh, yeah, it did actually. Not for a ton of money, but I mean, it was funny.
But people willing to pay for stuff someone sat, like that is fandom.
Yeah, like, okay, now Betty Rock, I know you're like, "Ugh, no, absolutely not. But if it was a Mike Rowe sat on couch, there it is. She'd pay big money for that.
I'd pay big money to sit on the couch beside him.
Yeah, that's
Very
true too.
close to him.
Well, there you go. Somebody's going to be out $300 because who knows if you got the right chair either. You know, those chairs could have moved around.
Yeah.
Like how do you
Cleaned.
prove it? Yeah, exactly. I want a certificate of authenticity for this. All right, that's going to do it for your Rock Report. Thank you, Lady Rock.
Fresh emails.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. If you ever want to get a hold of me, Wally at wayfm.com is the easiest way. It's the email that all my friends have. So I got this one. I love when we get emails about things we've talked about. And we have been talking about healing on the show. Like, because Forrest Frank broke his back recently and then was like, did another video 14 days later going, I got healed miraculously. And he's celebrating, and he should, and it's great. But my point was that not everybody gets healed. And what do you do with that when you're not the person that gets healed? How do you reconcile that inside of God's plan and God's goodness and stuff? And so I love that landed with somebody today. She said, hey, Wally, when I walked into my office this morning, I told Alexa to turn on Way FM like I always do and was greeted with the conversation where you were talking about healing and this one lady, especially about PTSD. I didn't catch the whole conversation, but it sounded like she was talking about being healed. Your response to her was incredibly beautiful. You talked about how healing isn't for everyone's story and that for those who aren't healed, they're not bad or somehow lacking God's love or faith. You pointed out how many people Jesus actually walked by in order to heal others, and that touched my heart incredibly deeply. You'll never know how many times people of faith have approached me making statements about how if I could just be more faithful or if I would just give my life to God, not knowing that I already have, that I would be healed. This is one of those things, man, like healing and trying to assign what God is doing to things. When God says, you're not going to know my ways, you're just not. And I lean on that a lot more than I do on the, oh, God did this, God did this, God did this. Because when the good happens, it's really easy to be like, God, thank you. And we should be grateful when good things happen. But I always feel for the people that good things happen for them in their life. And they're still just as devout. They're still just as faithful. They still want that miracle. They're still believing for that miracle, but haven't seen it and may never see it. And like, I want to be real careful when we're having those conversations about God's goodness and God's favor, that somebody doesn't walk away from that going, well, then I guess I'm not enough. God doesn't love me. I must be doing something wrong.
That's the last thing we want, because we're always our own worst enemies. That's how it typically goes. And so we don't need one more voice in our head telling us how we're not enough.
Yeah, and especially if it sounds like my annoying voice. That's the last thing you need.
It's the worst.
I know, right? I didn't think it sounded like that. That's more like it. All right, so if you want to ever email me about something you hear on the show or just stuff in general, it's Wally at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. You've heard of history. Well, this is Herstory with Betty Rock.
I love to see when women get ahead in the world. I think we all are there, right, Gavin?
100%.
Right, Wally?
Totally.
Love it.
Absolutely, girl.
The reason
Girl
we do
power.
the reason we do Herstory is because Betty was like, "There's too much testosterone in this room with you two guys."
No, that's not at all what I said. Not at all. If anything, I feel like I'm with my girlfriends. Anyway,
You're right, though.
so here's what's so awesome. Jen Pawol. Jen Pawol is the first ever MLB female umpire.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she'll be debuting very, very soon at the Miami Marlins and Atlanta Braves doubleheader. She'll work the bases, and then she'll also be behind the plate in another game
That's a big
as well.
Because the behind the plate one is the one that takes the most heat because they're calling balls and strikes, and that can change the course of a game. When you get it wrong, fans are ugly to you.
Yeah, exactly. And Commissioner Rob Manfred, he praised her. He said she's got hard work, dedication, and a love of the game.
That's awesome.
Okay, it'll be really interesting to see how guys handle her. Because guys, historically, managers and players will get in the face of a home plate umpire, yelling at them, cursing at them, chest bumping them. Like,
Can't do that.
No, you can't.
Like, will this be a
Get
thing
ejected.
where if she's like, I want to be treated like the guys,
Sure.
that's fine. Get in my face. I don't care. Or will guys at least chill out? Because they're behaving badly with the men. They should never do that. Will a woman being there cause them to alter their behavior and maybe have them act more like they should?
I don't know.
Now, I personally think this is perfect because in situations, let's say where I open the fridge and I can't see something,
Right.
my wife is women are perfect at seeing
That's
everything
true.
clearly.
That's very
so I think
true.
she's going to be the best umpire in the game because she's going to see the strike or
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball.
She'll call the strike and ball. She'll also let everybody know where their cleats are, their bats are. Like, she'll have everybody's lunch laid out.
Yep.
Like, this is a great thing for the sport.
Yep.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not thinking, I'm just talking.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Wally Show, and it is a brand new segment that we are debuting right now, so hopefully you will enjoy this. It's a segment I like to call, What Does Betty Think? Because Betty's processing power is limitless, and it's very different from mine, and that's what I love to know, what she thinks about different things, and sometimes things that she doesn't know, I'm curious. How does this work? And maybe she knows. Or sometimes it'll be life questions and things about, scenarios and situations. So, no, this is fine. So this is a real life situation that happened, but I want to know what you think. There was a family that was in Hawaii when those tsunami warnings were triggered after that earthquake hit off of Russia. And so they were out doing an excursion. They had been on a cruise, and they got back to the port where the cruise ship was, only to watch the cruise ship leaving them. Yeah. And they're like, oh, no. So they had to get back on this bus, go up to higher ground. They spent about 19 hours on the bus and at a shelter, and then came back down after that. And then the cruise ship picked them up and then took them on their way. So it happened to a few hundred people. So, Betty Rock, what do you think? Why did the cruise ship leave those people?
So they weren't running late. They
were not late from their excursion. The cruise ship left them.
I think that the captain is a turkey.
Okay.
And
watch your language.
He got scared, and he was like, I don't care. I don't care if we're leaving these innocent people that have done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I am leaving without them because I don't want to get caught in a tsunami.
Right.
That's what I think.
You're not entirely wrong.
I'm not?
No, you're not entirely
That's
wrong.
terrible.
It wasn't that he didn't like those people or thought they were to blame, but ships in a harbor are far more susceptible to damage than they are in the open ocean. So what you'll see is during a tsunami, ships will all beat feet to get out as deep as they can. Because the tsunami, there will be a tsunami that could be 30, 40, 50, 100 feet when it hits land because it hits shallow water. When you're out in the ocean, it might be like a 3-foot wave in the deep water. It just rolls right on. You have no idea that a tsunami just went under you.
Right.
It's crazy. So that's what they did. Like all these boats took off to get to deep water and they left people behind. The tsunami comes. Fortunately, it wasn't a big deal. It actually didn't turn into anything. And then once they were safe to come back in, they came back into harbor, picked everybody back up.
Thank goodness they remembered to pick them up. Can you imagine?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, there should be some type of alarm from the captain that's like, woo, woo,
a turkey call.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Yeah.
Get on the boat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Or at least explaining why they're not picking you up. Like just something. Because like these people were like, what happened? They had no idea and they didn't know. But see now, if you're ever left behind, it's probably a tsunami. Okay, so there you go. You know
That's
something.
not very comforting though.
Get to high ground. But now Betty Rock knows what to think about this situation now. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show, and this week we have been working on a challenge, a pre-support drive challenge put up by Cheryl, who said, hey, I'm going to do $20,000 and I want to challenge people to join me in this endeavor, and if they'll do $20 a month or a single gift of $250, that will turn into $40,000. And I remember asking her, I said, you want to do $20,000? And she's like, at least? Like, yeah, look at you, girl, I love that. And so we've been having people throughout the week and today help us out and try to make this challenge happen. And this, I just wanted to share something with you because this is really cool. There's a lady, Kristen, earlier. We had talked about being down to only needing 4 people left. And like, hey, could we knock this out in one song? She says, hey, Wally, my son Braden challenged me this morning while we were on the way to his baseball camp. He said he would give $20 of his own money towards the $20,000 challenge. And then I said, you know what? I'll cover the rest. So, of course, I accepted his challenge. See, that's what I love, because people might go, well, man, you're asking for money, and why do you do it this way? And why are you crowdfunded or listener-supported, whatever you want to call it? Because of this. Because of this moment right there. Everybody that listens has an opportunity to do or not do. And for some people, it's not. They do something else that day. But in other people, it's like, you know what? God is moving something in my heart. And in the case of this little boy, it was like, hey, God was instilling in him to do something generous. And he did. And then his mom followed through with it. And so it builds her faith and makes her go, I'm doing something right. And then this kid, when he sees this happen, he feels good. And it's like, oh, like I'm following Jesus, you know? And so that's one of the reasons why we do it, because beyond just funding the ministry of Way FM, it does something inside of the hearts of the people that give. And you can be one of those people as well. If you want to go over this, that is great. I just have some really great news. Because of Braden and his mom and a bunch of other people that got involved, we actually have made the $20,000 challenge. Pre-support drive, it is now turning into $40,000. Yes. How great is that, man? Like, I love that.
And it's such a needed thing.
Yeah.
Because your Way FM, not only can you tune in and hear the songs here 24/7, but you can also, your gift goes towards the free Bibles that are sent to people 24/7. It's also helping the prayer wall keep running as well, which you can find at wayfm.com, and people can get prayer. It's just a little way of sharing your faith.
It's so cool to see this. I'm thankful for everybody that's gotten involved so far. You might be one of those people that's like, oh, I didn't even know you were doing that. The good thing is, if you still want to pop in and do a gift, it's going to pre-support drive, and so it's going to help give us a head start as we go into that, and gives us a leg up. We start with momentum and good things happen. So if you choose to still get involved, thank you so much. You can do that by texting the word give to 91979, or just go to wayfm.com. But I hope that this story moves your heart a little bit as it did the mom of Braden, and just thank you for what you do for your Way FM. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show, and this week we have been working on a challenge, a pre-support drive challenge put up by Cheryl, who said, hey, I'm going to do $20,000 and I want to challenge people to join me in this endeavor, and if they'll do $20 a month or a single gift of $250, that will turn into $40,000. And I remember asking her, I said, you want to do $20,000? And she's like, at least? Like, yeah, look at you, girl, I love that. And so we've been having people throughout the week and today help us out and try to make this challenge happen. And this, I just wanted to share something with you because this is really cool. There's a lady, Kristen, earlier. we had talked about being down to only needing 4 people left. And like, hey, could we knock this out in one song? She says, hey, Wally, my son Braden challenged me this morning while we were on the way to his baseball camp. He said he would give $20 of his own money towards the $20,000 challenge. And then I said, you know what? I'll cover the rest. So, of course, I accepted his challenge. See, that's what I love, because people might go, well, man, you're asking for money, and why do you do it this way? And why are you crowdfunded or listener-supported, whatever you want to call it? Because of this. Because of this moment right there. Everybody that listens has an opportunity to do or not do. And for some people, it's not. They do something else that day. But in other people, it's like, you know what? God is moving something in my heart. And in the case of this little boy, it was like, hey, God was instilling in him to do something generous. And he did. And then his mom followed through with it. And so it builds her faith and makes her go, I'm doing something right. And then this kid, when he sees this happen, he feels good. And it's like, oh, like I'm following Jesus, you know? And so that's one of the reasons why we do it, because beyond just funding the ministry of Way of Him, it does something inside of the hearts of the people that give. And you can be one of those people as well. If you want to go over this, that is great. I just have some really great news. Because of Braden and his mom and a bunch of other people that got involved, we actually have made the $20,000 challenge. Pre-support drive, it is now turning into $40,000. Yes. How great is that, man? Like, I love that.
And it's such a needed thing.
Yeah.
Because your Way FM, not only can you tune in and hear the songs here 24/7, but you can also, your gift goes towards the free Bibles that are sent to people 24/7. It's also helping the prayer wall keep running as well, which you can find at wayfm.com, and people can get prayer. It's just a little way of sharing your faith.
It's so cool to see this. I'm thankful for everybody that's gotten involved so far. You might be one of those people that's like, oh, I didn't even know you were doing that. The good thing is, if you still want to pop in and do a gift, it's going to pre-support drive, and so it's going to help give us a head start as we go into that, and gives us a leg up. We start with momentum and good things happen. So if you choose to still get involved, thank you so much. You can do that by texting the word give to 91979, or just go to wayfm.com. But I hope that this story moves your heart a little bit, as it did the mom of Braden, and just thank you for what you do for your Way FM.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes, as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.